Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to this chair sequence for flexibility. We're going to get started sitting in our chair with your body up toward the front of the chair. So you're sitting right up on the front of it to help lengthen out the spine. So we're going to not lean toward the back of the chair, but we're going to get the spine to grow nice and tall. So as you do this, one thing that will help you is to push the hands down into the knees, and that will help to grow that spine nice and tall. Now, one area that all of us can improve on is our core strength. So a way to test this is if you use your hands to push into the knees and then lift the chest up very, very tall, can you hold this position with the hands coming off the knees? Or when the hands came off, did you slouch down just a little? So we want to practice pulling the belly in, squeezing tight through your entire midsection in order to get yourself to not sink down when the hands come by your sides. Let's try it one more time. Push into the knees, pull in really, really tight. Bring your hands by your sides and stay tall and lifted without the help of the hands. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together, and notice when you bring the shoulder blades together how the collarbones widen. So what we want to do is get this wonderful seated posture, whether the hands are on the knees for support or whether those hands are by your sides, and get the chest to lift and broaden so that we can breathe deeply. So go ahead here, either with hands by your sides or hands onto your knees with your spine very tall, and give yourself 3 deep breaths. Keep the belly nice and firm. And one more of those deep breaths. And then hands back by your sides. We're going to reach the hands up. And then we're just going to move right and left. As you do this, feel like your spine is getting taller as you lift up and over. We're trying to not let the back round. By the way, if you're finding this impossible to do, then you could do the movement with your hands down on your legs. We're going to do a couple more here. Either arms up or hands down on your legs. And then we come back to the center position and lower the arms down. Now, we haven't done a lot of activity yet, but we have taken some deep breaths, and we've also lengthened the spine and moved from side to side. So I'm wondering if you're feeling just a little bit of warmth in the body, and if so, that's perfect. We want to get the body warmed up literally to make it safer for us to move. So as the body starts to warm, we lengthen the spine up even taller, and we're going to turn and twist toward your right. So in these videos that you're going to be following along with me, I'll do my best to mirror you. In other words, I'll suggest that you turn to the right, you turn to your right, I've turned to my left. That way, hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier. So we turn to the right, and we really find this strong twist. Now, you could place your hand on the back of the chair, or if your chair happens to have an armrest, you could put it there. Anywhere where you can push the hands down a little to help you to lift the spine even taller. And now let's gently come back to center, re-lengthen the spine, and keep the spine as tall as you can as you turn and twist toward your left. Getting the chest to lift while you twist. And then back to center. We engage the core, pull the belly in. Try not to let the spine slump as you reach the arms up high. Now this time, you might consider looking up a little, or maybe even all the way up to the hands. You might even try to reach those arms behind just an inch. And then looking forward, lower the hands down onto the knees, Re-lengthen the spine. Once again, we return to the twist. Now this time, that left arm that's out in front of you, we're going to reach it toward the sky. Now the challenge here is to try to get the arm right up by your ear. You could look forward, or you might even tilt your head and look up. And then lower the hand. Turn to face forward. Lift the spine tall. And twist. Your right arm reaches up. Try to get the arm as close to your ear as you can. And then lower the arm back down. Turn to face forward. Press the hands into your knees and lift. Keep your spine lifted. The hands come by your sides. Reach the hands back up high to the sky. This time, interlace the fingers. Turn the palms toward the ceiling and lower your hands so they're almost touching the crown of your head. Now from here, just press the arms back a little. Notice this stretch you get in your chest and your shoulders. Keep pressing the arms back. And then from here, press your arms straighter and straighter. You should get an amazing stretch in your shoulders and maybe even in your fingers and your forearms. We're trying our best to really lift the chest up high and then lower the arms just halfway down. Now notice here, my fingers are pointing toward the ceiling. This is not an easy position. I'm really creating some strength and flexibility in my wrist and in the forearms. Now try to spread out the fingers. I know that is not easy to do, but try to spread the fingers and just reach the arms behind you a little. Lift your chest a little. And then finally and thankfully, we lower the arms down and relax the arms and the hands, and we move the shoulders around. Do these nice, big, full circular motions, getting both directions. And I want you to try to move the shoulders and your upper back as freely as you can. Now start to add the head and the neck. So maybe you're still moving the shoulders a little, but we're really moving the head and neck. It's kind of free-flowing movement, side to side and circles. Yeah, fantastic. Feels so good just to simply move around. Okay, so far so good. Now let's do a couple of stretches for the legs. So we're gonna bring the feet in just a little and then see if you can get the right foot to lift up on top of the opposite knee. Now, if it doesn't go up all the way, this is something for you to work on. So maybe you just hold the foot up like this. But hopefully someday you can get the foot to come up. Now, another option would be to scoot your opposite foot forward a little. That kind of lowers the knee. Then maybe it'll come up. Then once the foot is up onto the knee, maybe you can scoot that foot back in. Now, once you have this basic position, for some of us, this knee is up really high, and that's okay. For those of us, the knee is down a little lower, and that's okay. What we're going to try to do, I'm still sitting up to the front of the chair. I'm going to hold on to the knee and hold on to the foot, and then use my handhold here as leverage to lift the chest tall, and then lean forward. And you should get a great stretch over here on your right hip. So lift and lean forward. Lift, just a little, just a teeny lift, and then lean forward. Fantastic. Come on back. Release your foot to the ground. Other side. Left foot comes up on top of the right knee. And then hold on to the foot, hold on to the knee. I didn't mention this on the first side, but you might consider kind of pushing this knee down a little. And then when you're ready, we lift and then lean forward. And that leaning forward is where you're going to feel that stretch in the hip. This is so important. So useful. Lift. Lean forward. Lift. Lean forward. Lift. Lean forward. And come on back. All right. Foot to the ground. We have one more to go, and then we're done for today. Now, if you have a really wide chair, you might want to scoot over toward your right, to the right side of the chair. Make sure that you're still sitting squarely on. In other words, don't get so far over that you're about to fall off, but just scoot over just maybe an inch or so. Now, see if you can reach down and grab a hold of your right ankle and then lift it off the ground. Now, once the foot lifts, let the knee slide toward the ground. Now, make sure that you're still safe on your chair and you're not about to fall off. If you're about to fall off, get yourself more centered on the chair. For me, I'm going to actually scoot over just a little further so that this leg can drift down toward the floor a little more. And I'm feeling a stretch right in the front of my leg. Now, from here, you either hold onto the chair with the left hand or you reach the left hand high to the sky. And then you push your left foot down into the floor. So this one here, push it down. That helps you to lift up taller, perhaps even looking up to the sky. And then release the arm down and lift the arm back up. Reach up and look up and lower back down. Gently release your foot. And last one, last side. Scoot over if need be. Grab a hold of the ankle. And then again, I'm going to scoot over just a little bit more, but do make sure that you're safe on the chair. We don't want anybody flopping off onto the ground. So one thing that will help is to push the support foot, the left foot, down into the ground. Lift your chest up and reach. And then you could look forward, or you might try looking up to the sky. Really stretch out through your spine. Lower your arm down. And reach your arm back up. Look up if you can. And lower the arm all the way down. Let your foot come onto the floor. Settle yourself back into the center of the chair. And hands onto the knees. Get one more time where you're lifting the chest up. And this time, we're going to let the head drop and let your spine round. And then lift up and look up. And then round and drop down. And we're going to do it one more time. Each time you go down, you may feel that you can get just a little lower. And then come on back up. And fantastic. We're all done. Nice job. You stayed ahead today. Good going. I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.